Hey guys, nice to see you again. It's kind of an unusual subject this morning. I don't usually do religious related topics on this channel, but this one keeps coming up over and over again, and it's related to what we're witnessing happening in the world. It's related to consciousness questions, and the issue is, why is the religion of Christianity such a major target these days of the global rulers trying to just repress it in any possible way, get it out of the awareness of the people, especially in America, but a lot of other places too, all over Europe and many places. And I think one reason that Christianity could be such a major target right now is principles that it teaches, like loving your enemies, forgiveness, whoever doesn't have any sin should cast the first stone, still believing in self-defense and defense of others and defense of things that are good, but trusting in God and no offensive violence. And that's all in conflict with the overall plan of the global rulers that you can see unfolding, which involves chaos and fear and hate and physically preemptive war, murder of people with differing beliefs. That's a big platform of even some major religions. And so, you know, these things are in conflict. That's why it's being attacked and trying to be removed from public places and things like that, taken out of education, taken out of government. But it's really no accident that America was founded on principles of freedom and Christianity, because they went together. It's never been fully lived, in my opinion. You know, there were a lot of bad things happening right from the founding of America onward through today. But the idea of these principles of loving your neighbor, the founders of America did not set up a theocracy. They weren't saying, well, be Christian or we have to kick you out or we have to kill you, or things that other religions, notably one that's really working on invading the world right now, they believe in this idea that you have to kill everybody who doesn't agree with you. Christianity is not based on that. So I think it's in conflict with the idea of chaos and fear and these programs of the global rulers. And even though it's not lived yet, the principles and the ideals are there, and the rulers know that it has to be wiped out for them to harmoniously finish their extermination of normal life on this planet, and eventually all life on this planet. So I think it's really significant that Christianity is under so much attack right now. But, you know, for full disclosure, and as some of you probably already know, even the Christians may not be happy with me, because I'm not religious at all. I'm not a Christian. I'm very closely tied in with Jesus and with God, and really focused on spirit all the time. But I'm not religious, and I have strong disagreements with parts of the Bible. My perspective after half a century of looking into this kind of thing is that the really heavy-duty stuff that Jesus said, most of it never made it into the Bible. It passed through human hands and got censored, just like a lot of things get censored now. And a lot of what is attributed to Jesus and God is inaccurate in the Bible, in my opinion. So the Christians can excommunicate me or whatever they want to do, but I'm only interested in what's true, not in adopting a system and saying, well, you have to believe it or you're bad, which is, to me, the definition of religion. And it might seem like I'm saying two contradictory things here, that Christianity has these wonderful principles that the global rulers are trying to wipe out, at least get away from your attention. And on the other side, I'm not religious, and I'm not attracted to that at all. In the end, spiritual investigation and exploration and self-knowledge coalesces with real science, in that you just want to know whatever is true. You're brave enough to say, okay, if I find out something true that is horrible, tell me anyway. I want to know. I'm not taking a belief system of one religion or another just for comfort. God is real, and I want to know by direct experience. And the same with great beings like Jesus, and there are others too that are incredible. And I don't want to just have a list of things I believe about them. I believe it's possible to directly get in touch with these beings, because they're not temporal impermanent people. They are these incredible beings, way beyond what it says about them in various scriptures. The reality of them is beyond words at all. And we're made of the same thing that they're made of. We all came from the same place. So ultimately we can get back connected to them, which is really what religion is supposed to be about, instead of memorizing a bunch of stuff to tell you to fight against people who have a different belief. You know, it's way beyond that. The description of God in the Bible is this unstable male human that's going to kill you if you don't obey or repeat exactly what he says, or, you know, be on the chosen team or something like that. That's not the description of this ultimate beautiful spirit of harmony and unimaginable love that is beyond time and all these things, and that we all come from and that we're going back to. That's the image of this unstable character who's happy to throw you into permanent torture with no possibility of parole if you don't do what he says. And they're two different concepts completely. So I'm not advocating any particular religion, including Christianity, right now. I'm advocating God and unlimited love beyond forgiveness, to look into even the worst of the worst excuse me, and not destroy the bad guys, but ultimately we have so much power that we've forgotten about, that comes directly from our source, which is real and existed long before any religions. The reality is what I'm interested in, and that's in us. And that's the biggest secret that the global rulers never want us to find out. Because you know what we could do if we get back in touch with that? Not kill the bad guys, not destroy the bad guys. We could actually heal them. They're the biggest victims of all. So that's what I'm after. I don't want to destroy the people doing evil. I want to heal them. So I'm not here for justice. I'm here for unlimited love and waking up, especially the people that are doing the worst actions, and bringing them back. So that's my interest. And I think Christianity talks about that too, with the prodigal son idea and all this. And if we take the reality behind the stories and wake it up again in ourselves, we have the power to change things even this late in the game. The power that you have is beyond imagination, and it's the biggest secret that you're never supposed to discover. So I'm saying, well, great, let's discover it. Let's get back in touch with it. And you can do things that you can't imagine, even if you don't open your mouth. Your influence on the world, bringing back harmony, peace, and the real spirit that we all came from, is what the global rulers are afraid of, even though it would save them too. So that's my suggestion anyway. Instead of fighting over whose religion is right or whose belief is right, or, you know, who has to kill all the people that disagree or anything, what about this essence of harmony and beauty? Why don't we bring that back? And we can argue after that, except, you know, you're not going to want to argue at that point, let alone kill anybody. So anyway, I hope that interests you, and even if it makes everybody mad at me, my job is to tell the truth, you know, and every one of us is too. Not what I've memorized and believed and everybody has to believe it and it's right because I know it's right and that's the end of it and I won't discuss it. Not like that. The truth about what you're able to have the courage to experience. And then once you become that, that's your contribution to healing the world. See you next time.